We always knew this pool would come to the boil, and I think the saucepan, the man on the moon, is starting to shake. London Wasps went for broke last week. They came away with nothing. A loss today, and they could be broken full stop. The champions have always thrived on the head-to-head straight knockouts. Well, they've got one today, all right, and you can feel the importance of this fixture in the cold Wickham air.
Well, having been beaten 4 points to 0 last week in France, Wasps must not only win today, but prevent Clermont Auvergne from obtaining a bonus point, whilst targeting the extra one themselves. The pool is boiling down to a battle for every single bonus point between these two teams and Munster. The tightest of pools in this season's Heineken Cup is being played on a rugby tightrope.
So the teams, and Wasps taking the decision to suspend Phil Vickery following his trample last week. That before next week's hearing. So Nick Adams props with Tim Payne, and Rafael Ibanez is hooker. The second row stays at Simon Shaw and Mr. Ever-Present this season, George Skivington. In the back row, an adjustment. James Haskell perhaps proved last week that he should have gone to the World Cup. Well, he moves across to blind side. Tom Rees is back at open side, and Lawrence Delalio in score-settling mode is number 8. Owen Reddin and Danny Cipriani at half-back, and the now weekly spotlight shines on Cipriani again. Ricky Flutie and Fraser Waters are the centres. Tom Boyce and Paul Sacchi the wingers, and at fullback Josh Lucy is preferred to Mark van Gisbergen, a day that is tailor-made for Lucy's chest-out, full-on attitude. A London Wasps side that knows defeat would all but end their European Cup. It wouldn't do Clermont Auvergne a lot of good either, although they have Munster at home to come as opposed to Wasps, who must travel to Thomond Park, but it's still Munster. And it's changes again from the French club. 7 of last week's teams survive, including both props Laurent Emanuele and Martin Selzo. South Africa's World Cup captain John Smit is in at hooker. Loïs Jacquet returns from injury at lock, but Thibaut Privat on the other end of Vickery's boot is out. Christophe Sanson steps up. Canadian Jamie Cudmore moves to blind side, and Fabien Alexandre is in the back row too, with Bonner and Brumel both out. Number 8, Elvis Vermeulen, did avoid injury 7 days ago and plays. Pierre Mignoni is partnered by Alex King. Now at kick-off, King certainly the story of the day. 12 years a Wasp, of course. He might well be the story at full-time too. Canali and Hubert, last week's centres, both injured, so Pierre Garcia and Grant Esterhazen deputised. The dangerous Julien Malzieu and captain Aurélien Rougerie are the wingers. Seremaya Umbai is fullback, with Anthony Flosch out with a shoulder problem. So this time injury, not selection, dominating the changes for Clermont. On the bench, Wasps opt for the extra forward, John Hart, who started the game last week. He's wearing 22 today. And Clermont, well, dipping deep into the sack, but look at the presents that still come out. Mario Ledesma and Villamoni de la Salle on the bench. It is a club with money, no doubt about that. And that money was spent by the Michelin men to win titles, both domestic and European. You sense it's that domestic championship that matters most after 8 final defeats and 4 since 1994. Alex King is being allowed to lead the side out as he returns to London Wasps. And listen to this. Nobody knows more than Alex King what today is all about. Twice a European champion with Wasps. King now looks to plot a path to victory, which could send the champions, his old love, crashing out.
An amazing selection, Alex King playing. Brock James, one of the best players in French rugby. This is a Clermont Auvergne team stacked with talent. but it's not just about talent winning European trophies, it's about willpower and intelligence. Clermont have signed Alex King, not for his sidestep, not for his speed, but for his ability to read a game and his will to win. They have bought themselves a little bit of Wasps, and they've come here tonight.
And they certainly want the French title, yes, but judging by their performance last week and against the Scarlets right at the start of this pool, they are serious about the Heineken Cup too. Not with their selection for the Munster match, but that put behind them now. Boy, it must have felt like a long week for Wasps. The TMO decision, the missed kicks, the turnover at the end, the roosery try. For the bad language, it's going to be a big noise of a different kind now. Sean Edwards described this as the most exciting week of the season. It gives the team the immediate chance to atone against the same opposition that normally only exists for test match players involved in the heat of a series. And these men know they have to be in test match mode today.
Not going to be far short of it, is it? Pressure on Wasps today. This is a pool where 3 home wins are essential and then nick an away win. They all think they can beat the Scarlet, but if Clermont, Wasps or Munster win an away game against one of the others, that could be it. Wasps cannot afford to lose today.
Alan Rolland, the World Cup final referee, so it's hello again to Saki, Shaw, Delalio, and of course Smith for our referee. But that all suddenly seems so long ago now. This is the focus of the rugby world at this stage of the year. The Heineken Cup, the world's premier club competition. And the champions of it have a day when only victory will suffice. They take the kick-off in the shape of Skivington. Redden to the man who replaced Alex King at fly half, Cipriani, and he starts by finding touch.
Aurelien Rougerie dropping very deep there, expecting the kick from Cipriani. Good solid kick there. Cipriani learned a few lessons last week. Didn't play badly, but not as dominant as he's been in this mercurial run this season.
John Smith, hands on the ball, hands on the Webb Ellis Trophy as well.
Lashes! Left there.
Clermont in their yellow and blue, the colours of the company that backs them, Michelin. It's a good first drive from the French side, picked up by Samson. His first season of Heineken Cup. Mignoni to King, pressure on King as well. And up comes Josh Lucy from fullback, his first start in Wasps colours since returning from the World Cup. And it's on the Wasps side. Adams with the ball inside to Voice. Redden, Cipriani. Wasps look to move with Flutie and Waters. Outside is Saki against the big Julien Malzieu. That should be a good contest. And also Voice and Rougerie on the other wing. If it goes wide, lots to enjoy. Redden retrieves. Almost in there is Celso, the Argentinian. Cipriani floats a pass. It's a good pass. Here comes Lucy. Waters outside.
Knock forward, off black, knock on. Advantage, yellow.
But a good recovery from Clermont after the knock-on. A couple of power moments in these first couple of minutes from Clermont. Made good ground at the breakdown. Simon Shaw off the floor. Lucy stepping away. Josh Lucy might get some support if he comes this way. Oh, that's brilliantly taken by Haskell, but then dropped.
No.
Haskell was flying up. The initial support was to the right of Lucy. Didn't quite locate it. Penalty. Alan Rolland is bringing Clermont back.
It's too far from the mark.
A fiery start to this game. Awful lot of attacking intent from both sides there. Josh Lucy frustrated since the World Cup, desperate to get into the game. On the attack now, Alex King will just try and settle things. And Cipriani through a lovely pass from deep, a confident start from Wasps, playing from deep, and what a contrast today. King, quite literally, the regal one at Wasps for so long, but Cipriani, the heir apparent. Look at this pass. That is a gorgeous floated ball, full of confidence. Super hands.
Just enough to make it look straight. King, crossfield kick. And what a good kick it is to Rougerie. Boys had to scamper across quickly. His new side will be impressed with that against his old team.
Way black, away!
Mignoni. This is Alexandre.
Stay back!
Mignoni off the floor again. Started the World Cup as France's #1 at scrum half. Had a nightmare night against Argentina, didn't he?
Warning for Wasps, you know, Alex King found a hole, and that put Clermont in this attacking position.
Drive there was from Cudmore, playing in the back row for the first time in over a year, the Canadian. Normally a lock for Clermont Auvergne, and he's played international rugby there before. In the back row, that is. This is King. That line of Wasps defence that King knows all too well. And he's turned over. And Lucy getting heavily involved in this match, and Wasps will like that. Cipriani, Saki. Now it's all about the bounce on the ball here. And it's well covered by fullback Umbai.
Huge amount of pace and ambition in this game, and no shortage of intelligence. Alex King understands the defence. Look where Voice has come. It's that little rush that you see from Voice coming in, and wide there is Rougerie. The kick over the top of the rush, and Rougerie almost away. Really smart play.
King in for Brock James, who's got an ankle injury, but I think he'd been told that he was going to play in this game anyway.
It's a big call because James has been magnificent for Clermont. Teased Wasp last week over in Montferrand, he really did.
Breakaway down the blind side is Tom Rees back in the starting 15.
Touch there.
Flag up, Clermont will throw into the line out. Just testing the defence there, Tom Rees. England's young player of the season last season.
Rees and Haskell getting their hands on the ball early. Rees might be a little bit disappointed that he was actually forced into touch, but it's a positive start from the champions of Europe.
A good throw from Smith. And Ledesma, Mario Ledesma, in tremendous form and has been now for some years, is the reserve hooker today. Emphasis on the strength. Reading gets a booty. Reading might score! Reading does score! Oh, he's always alive, Owen Reading, to the possibilities out there. And after a great start to the competition, the champions suddenly in a serious situation. What a reply, though, at the start of this match. And Owen Reading, 5 points to get Wasps on the board.
Quick wit, and what composure. The ball goes loose here, Mignoni wrapped up by Delalio. Ball goes through, but look at this, you think he's going to fall on the ball. No, he takes it on the half volley, and that's a superb finish. He's taken 5 metres more for his kicker. The easy thing is to fall over the ball, but he's going to just catch that ball, get as close as you can. He has played against Peel, Stringer, now Mignoni. This Irish scrum half is completing his scrum half education here in the Heineken Cup.
And Cipriani makes it the 4-7 after 7 minutes, and Wasps would have taken that start.
Well, most of Wasps attacking play from deep. The first time they get in attacking territory, Mignoni makes the error, and it's a bad error, and it's the opposite scrum half. Reading snaffles the ball up. Alex King can't do anything, and young Danny Cipriani nails the conversion.
Another good take from Skivington, but he was driven back there. Needed support. from Tom Rees, read in the try scorer. Cipriani won't get long here. He's helped by the fact it's Celso, the tight head prop, who is trying to get there to charge down. And he thought it went a little bit closer to halfway.
What a battle today. Cipriani, 20 years against the old man King. And look at this, 10 years since King, well, 11 years since King played last year, and all those appearances for King. But all that promise for Cipriani, it's going to be compelling.
Mignoni to King. And Rougerie. Crossing, says Alan Rolland. So that's a useful penalty in centre field. Read in again. Go back to that phrase, alive to the possibilities. His brain always ticking. Thought about the quick one.
10.
But that time just slows it down in the end. Got the instruction from Captain Delalio, but Tom Voice unable to find touch with that kick. Rougerie bashes it back, but still alive, and Voice has another go. This time with the up and under. Not too much up though. And here's Mbaye. Mbaye flashing up the field. Beautiful step, lovely balance. King inside.
Hands out, flag hands! Okay, that's fine.
A game of rich promise already.
No, the feet
On the floor, Wasps trying to work over the top of that ball. And they've got it, Shaw's seen it.
Good turnover for Wasps, that is.
Shaw, the scrum half, or Josh Lucy was coming on the short ball and it's been knocked forward. See what he's trying to do.
Well, if Wasps are going to kick, Tom Voice has to kick better, because Mbaye is a great counter-attacker. Voice is so far away from him that it's one-on-one. He picks him off. He'll pick off any Wasp player all night on a one-on-one. You have to have more elevation and you have to have more hang time on your kicks than that.
Lovely snaking run from Mbaye, and was picked up by Vermeulen. Of course, Mbaye had a good World Cup. Vermeulen never made it. He's a good man for Clermont to have at number 8 today.
Right tackler, 12!
Makes plenty of metres off the base of that scrum. In the French top 14, there's Elvis Vermeulen. Cudmore does the same kind of thing. Another big ball carrier in this Clermont Auvergne side. Called for help there, Mignoni, but the referee's whistle beats everybody to it.
Well, that Clermont pack battered Wasps at times last week. They got on the front foot, and that meant Ian McGeek and Sean Edward, Craig Dowd, their team really played on the back foot, and that made life harder for Reading and Cipriani, and the rhythm wasn't quite there. Good rhythm early on, but that's promising stuff from the French pack.
Vermeulen could not do much about that kind of ball, though. And he's backpedaling. In comes Rougerie.
How strong is he for a wing, eh?
The captain stays on his feet
Hands out!
for an awful long time. And Clermont Auvergne looking as if they've got their driving game going today. Here's Sampson.
Stay!
Mignoni, Alexandre. Now, is that obstruction? It is. And this time Wasps do take the tap, and Cipriani from Flutie's pass, and Cipriani with pace. Look at that pace. Now can he find Saki? If this finds Saki, it is absolutely brilliant. What a kick that was. But Wasps just can't finish. That nearly was one of the moments from a youngster who is knocking on the international door. He might be opening it, you know. What a moment.
Sprinting through it. The speed of body and the speed of man from Cipriani there. The outside break off the pass was superb. He waited for the kick. Saki tried to actually slide into the ball and over. It was good thinking by Saki, the execution not good enough. But that was a moment of beautiful rugby genius from Cipriani. That is not hyperbole, that was brilliant.
Vermeulen again under pressure at the base of that Clermont scrum. Might be driving well, but Wasps getting good purchase there at the scrum. And then the slice from Alex King, and the home crowd like that.
Let's look at this now. The passing from Wasps, by the way, is absolutely top draw. You've got to go onto that hard or you're not taking it. Then the speed. He's looking up. There's Paul Saki. Little look. The chip off the left foot. It couldn't have been weighted better. And if Saki holds it, he might just get there. Wasps still in a scoring position. Cipriani and the speed of Wasps counter put him there.
Ibanez throws. That was Haskell going up. And Wasps looking hungry, looking vengeful. But again, it's that Clermont driving. Not in the scrum, in the loose, but Haskell goes. That's a strong run from him. Reddin out to Cipriani along the line. Surely here they might have an extra man. Saki draws. Lucy Boyce. Brilliant. Adams Park likes what it sees. And it sees a terrific European score.
No dull sublunary matters these. Under a fantastic moon, Wasps are red hot today. They are playing spectacular stuff. Haskell hurts them with a run through the middle. That sucks in the Clermont defence, and again, the accuracy of the midfield passing superb. Saki, hard worker, joins Lucy and Voice, the back three together, but every pass is in front of the man. It's a joy to see. Saki joins, Lucy knows he's just got to give and take, and Voice never misses those. Wasps are playing delightful rugby. They're playing like the champions of Europe. What a start.
And this young man, again, a major part of it. Just wide with the conversion, but it's 12-0, it's 2 tries already, and we haven't played 15 minutes.
Haskell gets on the front foot, the Auvergne defence are on the back foot, and Wasps are in the mood to finish teams if they're going forward. The quality of the passing is superb. I'm looking forward at half-time to hearing the thoughts of Michael and Will on the accuracy and execution of the passing game in this first 15.
King's restart. Big Simon Shaw who got up there that time. Voice lining up the man. Vermeulen caught.
Stay!
Mignoni needs help. Mignoni again. King. Delalio. Cipriani put in trouble by that pass, but he works his way through the trouble and nearly got the pass into Rees.
He's got his one today.
Over the top of Haskell. But as far as Flutie, here comes Saki. He'll be burning inside when he missed the slide. He loves those. But he does get the line out for his side on the front line. It's Dave Flatman. Dave.
Just look at this Wasp scrummage. Nick Adams dominant. Phil Vickery can have a rest, he can have a week off. That's the pressure you face in this competition when you play the Wasps.
Adams on Laurent Emanuele.
Pinpoint precision as well. There's great power coming through the scrums, and there's accuracy in the execution of what they're trying to do. Lovely line out.
Ibanez to Shaw, then out with Cipriani already, and Flutie.
Hands out!
Penalty. And Wasps will surely take the 3. It's bang in front.
And hands.
It should be 15-0, and they're trying to keep pace with a point a minute.
Well, Clermont are being blown away here. This is sensational stuff, it really is. Now, here's the man who used to be fly half for Wasps circled, Alex King. We wondered, would Wasps get him? Haskell loves to come late and hit in there. And just watch what happens now. This is the key. Get it to Haskell, straight over Alex King. Clermont are on the back foot. Wasps are too accurate. The passing is a joy to behold. Beautiful.
Cipriani. It is 15-0, and you can imagine what was going through Alex King's mind there as he went up against his old colleague Haskell. I used to know you when you were but a boy. Nothing boyish about this.
Once again, Cipriani, precocious confidence, dancing through. And again, was secure the line-out. They're securing line-outs well, and they're not giving Clermont easy ball in the danger 22 zone of their own.
Cipriani, counter-attack, Flutie, Lucy. Saki again is chasing. So heavily involved, all of the Wasp backs in this thrilling opening quarter to this match. Good take from Lucy. That's solid, exactly what a side wants from their full-back, as well as the hard running, the safe catching. Cipriani, King, Mbai. Not the greatest kicker from hand. Lucy. Always been brave in those situations, Lucy. If it doesn't seem on, he will just get his head down and try and run away through that brick wall.
Sometimes it's a weakness in his game. Brave, but sometimes the choice of counter isn't so good, but he started very well today.
Cipriani thought about another one of those long passes, just didn't quite take the ball with him that time.
See what it was.
It's a knock-on from Danny Cipriani and a little bit of frustration, but he shouldn't worry.
10.
He's trying things, and a lot of what he tries is 10 out of 10 stuff. It really is.
Well, that almost came off. You can see exactly what he's trying to do. A cross, wait, and Flutie loves to come late. It's almost there. It's superb defence from Clermont, because that's really well worked between 10-12. Good defence.
Vermeulen. Picked up by Jacquet.
6 hands out!
Been out since the opening match of the competition. Promising young second row. We feel will play a lot for France one day.
Back!
King. Esterhazen. Garcia, his fellow centre, helps out and does well. And Yoni. And again the scrum half. Another mistake from Mignoni, who's not had the best of starts to this match.
And that's exactly what was needed. Mignoni's the man who drives this team. Rougerie, the captain and the finisher, but Mignoni is the one with the wits and the snaking ability, and he's having a hard time. Wasps are putting a lot of pressure on him. Reading wins over Mignoni. Wasps win. Quarter of the game gone. Wasps halfway to a bonus point win. Those are fractions they like.
Making use of the possession, making it count. Less than 50%, but that's not reflected on the scoreboard, is it?
Penetration, that's the key word. They get the ball, they use it well.
Cipriani. He's got to show that control to his game. And to be fair to him again, and plenty of signs that control is all there. Some worried looks on the Clermont Auvergne players' faces. Not so Wasps. They're right in the zone today, aren't they? Right in the zone.
Well, I think Clermont came here to play today. I watched them in their warm-up. They didn't have that sort of moody Gallic, what are we doing 10 days before Christmas, but Wasps have blitzed them.
He's been living on the edges, John Smith, with those throws in this game so far, and finally that one did drift too much and had to be called not straight from the South African.
Number 9, feed. Crouch.
Clear night.
Touch.
And getting a great
Pause,
view.
engage.
Sean Edwards up there looking at the running lines.
You can't see it rattling. Redden.
Not a good kick there. The idea was just to keep that in, dangle it in front of Saki, let Paul Saki use his pace to put the pressure on, and by angles not quite right there.
Interesting point you make about Clermont looking as if they were up for it themselves today. Their away record in the Heineken Cup is abysmal. One of their last 9. 2 defeats this season, both on their travels to Munster, of course, in this competition, and to Stade Francais right at the start of the top 14. No shame in losing to Munster or Stade away from home, but they don't travel particularly well in the big games, and Wasps have got another put in here and a chance to build on this excellent lead.
Well, Clermont are playing now as if they've lost the last 4 Heineken Cup games on the road, which of course they have. They signed John Smith to try and get a bit more self-belief, but against them, Wasps have won their last 7 games here at Adams Park, and they have come out of here to saying, look, we're the champions of Europe, you're not going to touch us. They've come out as if to say, that Mario Ledesma try last week, that was a disgrace. We're going to show you Clermont, and we're going to show the rest of Europe we mean business.
And unbeaten in their last 9 in Heineken Cup games here. Leicester, the last side to win in the Heineken Cup match against Wasps at Adams Park, and you have to go back to those epic struggles between Leicester and Wasps. Remember those in December 2004.
They were games.
This is some start, and here's Redden to Cipriani. Doesn't find Saki, goes between Saki and Lucy, but Tom Voice is exactly the kind of player who can clear up efficiently. Haskell, Foskett, Haskell, Reese and Skivington, who scored tries in Europe this season. If they get those players going, then there's problems all over the park for Clermont Auvergne. It's lost that time. Another scrum, and Wasps, as Dave Flatman was pointing out, enjoying the supremacy in that department too.
Yeah, it's the hod carriers in the front 5. If they lay the platform, you know, as you say, Reese and Haskell will tear you to pieces. Haskell is so dangerous, and this guy Redding loves to play short interpassing games with his men there. Skivington's a lovely passer as well. Wasps a very good tight, and when they stay tight, when the likes of Haskell hitting at 10, hitting between 10 and 12, you get sucked in defensively, and then you see that accurate wide passing.
George Skivington going down with Simon Shaw, tries against Munster in Coventry and against the Scarlets as well. It's a case of while the cat's away, and Tom Palmer, big cat admittedly, but Skivington is enjoying himself in this extended run. Turnover ball though, not enjoyable for Wasps. And Rougerie from King's Pass, Garcia. Sides know what's coming when Rougerie comes off that wing, but sometimes they can do very little about it. Cudmore was caught and Duvalier was right in there. King's chip, trying to fox the defence again. And Esterhazy nearly on the end of that. Flutie and Lucy trying to sort it out. And here's Tom Rees. Jeremiah Umbai. Goes straight at Saki. Saki stood his ground. Rougerie, he's direct as well with his power.
Haskell again with a tackle.
Mignoni.
Hands out!
The European champions trying to protect that gain line. Cudmore trying to get across it.
Hands out, Black! Stay back!
Mignoni. Umbai. Mignoni chooses not to go to fly half King. It's the big men again. But King forced to join in. John Smith.
Hands out, 12!
And Smith was hanging on. There were Wasps arms over it as well. Referee decides 50-50.
Lash!
Slow ball now for Clermont Auvergne.
I think they're just happy to slow the game down at the moment after the blitz start.
Sampson.
Hands out, Black! Stay!
All the numbers are on the narrow side here. They're just going to keep going the same way.
Haskell trying to get in, but Mignoni slips away. Mignoni. And Saki tracks back to make an excellent tackle. That's where Mignoni can be dangerous, slippery eel of a scrum half that he is. Here he goes again. He's encouraged by that. You can see it in his body language. Gets his verve back, but he doesn't get the ball back. And Haskell making a strong case for international honours as well in these Heineken Cup games, and put in Wasps.
I think England's biggest mistake in their World Cup selection was to leave James Haskell. I honestly believe he was the automatic impact man on the substitutes bench. The way he started this season, I've revised my judgment, because if he played in the World Cup, as he's been playing since day one of this season, he'd be in your team. He is growing every game. And with Delalio, the old man, Wiley inside him, Reese outside, it's a hell of a back row.
And there is Delalio. Redden. Malzieu. Never really looked like. Picked up by Smith. That's gone forward off a Clermont hand. Referee must play advantage here because Wasps could go. Shaw has seen it. Cipriani trying to engineer it. Little chip. Waters after it. And now Cipriani! Oh, Cipriani! Did he get there? Danny Cipriani burning up.
Ball was kicked, so you can have a 22 or come back where the ball was kicked. 22.
Well, I think he feels he was just eased out the way by the Fijian and by, again, Cipriani's vision. He knew the overlap wasn't on. The kick, dink behind, was an absolute beauty. That's two wonderful little probing kicks.
Yeah.
Didn't he shift? Great pace.
Okay.
This is a pity for Wasps.
Josh Lucy, his first start since that injury in the World Cup semi-final against France, and of course he scored a try. He's off the field again. Natural straight replacement is Mark van Gisbergen. In fact, van Gisbergen started last week.
It's okay.
Penalty, says Alan Rolland. Delalio points to something else.
Number 7.
Well played there by Fabian Alexander, young 22-year-old there. We see Lucy strapping. Back row has been all Wasps at the moment, but the open side won the ball there. What a blow for Josh Lucy, because he was so wired for this game. Started really well.
Do you think Cipriani was impeded when he went through there?
I'm rather hoping that technology will help me, Marza. We'll have a look at a replay. I thought, first of all, he's going to overtake and buy and score. Well, if we go a little bit lower, close to the ground, does he just wrap his arm up and stop him diving? Yeah, he does, but it's a physical old game. Credit to Mbai for getting away with that one. I think you give that one to the Fijian for a wily piece of play.
Here's Haskell, another turnover for Wasps in all parts of the field. And they're winning that ball. And they'll look to go again here because there's certainly men on this side. Cipriani inside Waters. Cipriani calling for it back. Is this try number 3? Cipriani certainly deserved one. Oh, that's audacious. It's absolutely audacious. Saki underneath the post. Well, what are we watching here? What's aim was to make this into a nightmare for Clermont, and the French side will be showing signs of a cold sweat now. They really will. Saki scores, but Danny Cipriani, young man, take a bow.
Haskell goes from deep first goal. It's the pace of Cipriani. He draws them, he waits. Inside full. Now Fraser Waters, is this forward? Cipriani, it's touch and go, but what a pluck from nowhere. Plucks it with the left hand, flips it with the right hand, easy as you like. If there was any doubt, you don't need to worry now. This is something akin to a rugby genius that is flowering. That is absolutely amazing play. Haskell's power and confidence, Cipriani's pace, and Saki goes over to him and says, take a bow, mate. Absolutely wonderful.
Cipriani with the simple conversion that he created, because this was his try, not Saki's. Saki had to run an awful long way, but it's Danny Cipriani's score, really, and everybody knows it. And at 20 years of age, what a future, and that future is becoming the present.
It's there now. He's not the perfect finish article yet. But Clermont Auvergne are a very powerful team, and he's toying with them. OK, they're getting sucked in close, but they weren't expecting an English team to counter like this. This is invigorating stuff. It's brilliant stuff.
Stay back!
Cudmore wins the restart. but Clermont Auvergne winning very little else. Just happy to be inside that Wasps 22. Haskell, offside position.
You are not the tackler. Back around.
And Alan Rolland says penalty to Clermont Auvergne. And they're already thinking of having to go for the try here, but Alex King settles on the conservative option of 3 points just to get Clermont Auvergne moving. Wasps themselves are 1 try away from the bonus point. And boy, would that be revenge. They have been simmering all week. Not just about the decision by the TMO, but the way the match ended, and was left with nothing. Conversion of 3 points there for Alex King on his old stamping ground, Dave Flatman.
Why can't Clermont break down this Wasps defence? Here's why. Huge hit from Déplaçait on Cudmore, an enormous man himself. Now Shaw gets his hands on Vermeulen and bends him in half. Here he goes. No such thing as a soak-up tonight. The Frenchmen are being hammered.
They really are. In every aspect. It's a complete performance from Wasps. And you get the feeling they are going to keep their foot down.
Back inside, take it back inside.
And he only gets a break on the kick. Clermont Auvergne need the break of half-time and a chance to regroup and chat with Vaughan Cotter. See if they can get something out of today.
If this was a boxing match, you wonder if the referee would have said enough already. This has just been so accurate, counter-punching at the highest order.
Déplaçait
8! Rule away!
came out snarling like a bull into the ring,
Let's look.
setting the tone. Ibanez. Plenty of leaders in this Wasps side. It's the youngsters now starting to take the lead as well. Haskell, one of them. Redden. Adams, supported by Payne, the 2 props. Redden. Ibanez was short. Ball out the side, so Alex King gets it. Esther Hazen, the South African, against the Lions for the Bulls in '97, 10 years ago now. How did that come back? Referee said illegally, so penalty again to Clermont Auvergne.
Hands out, please.
Well, devastating stuff from Wasps. So accurate when they've got into the Auvergne 22. 19 points from 3 visits. They're averaging over 6 points. Clermont,
Simon,
plenty of territory, but they're blunt fighting force in comparison.
King with the kick. In a position of some promise for Clermont Auvergne, although the scoreboard is far from promising. 3 first-half tries for Wasps, scored by Redden, Voice and Saki. And what good scores as well. Mignoni.
6 away!
It's proven to be an ugly afternoon for the French finalists. Stade beaten in Cardiff, and Clermont Auvergne, the runners-up, getting a mauling here at Adams Park.
Plenty of stories again surrounding this Heineken Cup. King. If you're just joining us, Leinster beaten at Murrayfield by Edinburgh. Massive implications that for Toulouse and Leicester, who meet tomorrow. Of course, you can see that live on Sky Sports tomorrow afternoon. King, Rougerie.
More! Lash, step!
Mignoni. Samson. Mignoni again. Cudmore. Mignoni on the loop. Haskell is everywhere. How many tackles has he made in this first half? And then sensing the ball might be coming back on their side, Wasps flood men to the breakdown to secure it, but that's good effort from the French side. And then Ueli drives on. Vermeulen.
Okay, he's in
One
the
aspect
tackle.
of the
That's
French
fine.
play that has worked well is that driving with ball in hand.
But you get no quick ball from it, that's the problem.
And when they've gone to ground, so many times they've lost the ball, and Cipriani beats one man. Cipriani. Well, even that was too much for him, but it's still on. No, it's not. It's gone forward. Delalio and Shaw wins as it broke down. And there was a chance to use others, and Cipriani knows it.
Well, you have to be brilliant to blow something that spectacularly. Cipriani's confidence, so good. Alexander left for dead with the step. And then it's this searing change of pace. He just thinks it's going so well, I'm going to make Mbai look a complete idiot. But the Fijian, in the end, makes Cipriani look a little bit foolish that time. But again, so audacious.
Vermeulen. That is a classic case of forgiving a player like Cipriani, who offers so much and excites a crowd, because quite frankly there he should have gone for support.
14 in front of the kicker.
Rougerie was in front of the kicker there and offside, so that's a penalty. And meanwhile on the floor, the referee needs to get across.
Away.
Haskell's involved.
Away.
Well, no reason for Wasps to get involved.
Number 14 was in front of the kicker.
Down.
Penalty here or scrum here?
Wasps have the penalty. Coming up to half-time. Delalio, hard-nosed as they come. Normally he'd think, let's go for 3 points, but it's near the touchline. I wonder whether Wasps will actually go for the bonus point try before half-time. That really would be
time for the line
rubbing Clermont Auvergne's nose into it.
Okay, we'll talk that, but if you stay on the scrum, well, then he doesn't have to. Okay.
That's what Delalio wants. Can his colleagues help him deliver? Into time added on in this first half. Slow walk forward from Delalio, who will be enjoying every minute of this, but he won't enjoy the overthrow at the line-out. Mignoni. Played by Flutie, and he might have got hurt there. There was a cry and a wince as he was lifted in the air. Haskell interception, John Smith can't take it. He wouldn't have had the pace to get all the way. Redding was getting across. Referee says that's half-time. Well, last week in France, the half-time score was Clermont Auvergne 20, Wasps 10. So different here today. Look at that for half-time. London Wasps 22, Clermont Auvergne 3. 3 first-half tries, a mesmerising performance from the whole of the Wasps players, but in particular, Danny Cipriani, and power to add in the second period.
Still to come this weekend on Sky Sports. 2 more games from round 4 of the Heineken Cup. Munster against the Scarlets is followed by Toulouse against Leicester from 12:30 on Sky Sports 3. I'm having a bit of trouble with a hot dog. Very sorry. In the meantime, with the break, it was Lee Clover 22-3. Let's get back to Stuart Barnes and Miles Harrison.
Well, you know I'll start. If you start, I'll start. Then we're all at the creek. Well, he certainly started, didn't he? Danny Cipriani, who's your man of the match? I know we're 40 minutes out, but joking apart, from a Clermont Auvergne point of view, and Alex King as the main driver of their team, they have to come out in this second half, and if they are serious about this competition, their stated aim must be to stop Wasps getting this 4th try.
They've got to close down this kid Cipriani, and he's a whole new dimension. It's amazing, and Wasps do need the fourth try here with Munster to come away, and right now you wouldn't bet against them getting a fourth, fifth and sixth.
Advantage is over.
Cipriani to Payne. As if Wasps didn't get the bonus point in this second half, though, they'd be as gutted as they were at the end of last week's game, but in a different sort of way. We sensed in that first half that they were not in the mood to let Clermont Auvergne off the hook. And they need to make that statement again at the start of this second period.
Well, it's a fresh start to the half, and they look pretty sharp, don't they?
Reese and Shaw. That's positive. Ibanez. Payne. Reddin. Cipriani, oh, he's found his man. And that man was Flutie, Van Gisbergen, little ball back inside. A risky pass seemingly from Cipriani, but cut the man out quite beautifully. Here's Mbai. Rougerie. Feeling pretty helpless in that first half as captain out on the wing. But again, he's on his feet for a long time, but it's stripped off him. Even as to Voice.
Wasps are so much sharper at the contact as well, aren't they? Complete dominance.
Sharper, stronger. Physically and mentally in this match. Concentration levels really high. Matching the skills. Cipriani got many of those skills. Oh, lovely from Haskell to Flutie. Flutie going through! But a chance now for John Smith to lead a counter-attack. A hand in there from Saki. Haskell. Threatening every time.
If not for Cipriani, we would be drooling over the performance of James Haskell. We really would.
Reddin's pass to Cipriani, and Flutie, who's had such a fine season with his new club, alongside Cipriani.
A lovely foil
midfield.
It was a lovely foil for Cipriani with that hard, straight run in of his.
But again, good power from Clermont Auvergne. What will it lead to, though? Reddin, Cipriani, double show. Reddin, Van Gisbergen, dummies to kick. Tries to show a bit of gas, can't quite get away. Fraser Waters, Ibanez. No sense of enjoyment about Wasps play. Certainly those watching are enjoying it. Saki. No way through that time. Good tackle by Alexandre. He might be about to come off, in fact, the Clermont Auvergne number 7. Voice.
Oh, that should have gone. That really should have gone from Tom Voice.
There's 7 players outside him. And they're still calling for support on that side, and there's still numbers out there. And Wasps with Flutie. Cross inside that Clermont Auvergne 22. Cipriani, crossfield kick. It's meant for Voice. And Rougerie could go a long way here. Trying to get back and across, and it's Cipriani who's there. Rougerie, oh, he's shown in the outside and done beautifully. Rougerie gets the first score of this second half, having intercepted from the crossfield kick. An exhausting run, but an exhilarating one too.
Well, would you believe it? It's a cross kick from who else but Danny Cipriani. The assist comes from the Wasps fly half. He's had a hand in all the tries. He's got a boot in this one. Rougerie takes it well. Poor old Tim Payne has absolutely no hope here. And then Cipriani is turned inside out for good measure by the excellent French international wing. And suddenly Clermont Auvergne, being absolutely outplayed, pummeled to within an inch of their rugby lives in the first half, are one try away from a bonus point. It's the beauty of rugby, and it changes things for Wasps. Amazing.
Wasps mindful of the fact they really had a chance there to put Clermont Auvergne away with that series of attacks. They were creating spaces. Great chance to move. At one point they had possibly a 3 to 4 man overlap, but the ball didn't go wide. Now King is trying to convert for Clermont Auvergne, and he's done that. Knows every blade of this grass, and he gets the conversion to his captain's score. And as you say, now Clermont Auvergne right back in the match, trailing by just 12 points. Over to Wasps.
Well, what Cipriani did there, confidence of a young man, real gambling instinct, but the odds were always against his man getting that wide. Clermont always had the men over. Perhaps with a bit more experience, he'd have just said, that's too high a risk. He's had such a golden day that he's going for it, but that's a little lesson learned there.
Now they'll be quite rightly pouring the positive adjectives all over the Cipriani performance, smothering his performance in them. There have been a couple of moments when he shaped a kick, when he had support from Shaw, Delalio and others in the first half, and that moment again, and any realistic appraisal of his performance has to include those moments.
Obstruction, accidental offside.
As I said in the first half, when you have an effort like this from Cipriani tonight, you tend to want to go on the side of the brave guy.
Well, you know, you'd see the pool as it stands. Was well in control at the moment over Clermont. Munster the threat. But on the subject of Cipriani, if you want pragmatic, go another way. If you want genius, you'll get errors. And at the moment, the count is hugely in his favour.
Saki pushing off two. Saki, last man to beat for him. Well, he can't quite get around by, but Wasps pour forward here, and they are screaming for it on this side. Quick ball, it's a try. But Clermont Auvergne have managed to slow it down and turn it over, and they might go from deep here. And by. Voice has time.
Knock forward.
He's been turned over.
Knock on, advantage, yellow.
Starting to break up, and Clermont Auvergne with Rougerie chasing again, and Flutie better look lively here. He's going to get there first, and takes no risk there, puts the ball out, and suddenly Clermont Auvergne have an attacking line out, 5 metres from the Wasps line. Saki nearly scored at the other end. It's a fantastic end-to-end second half so far.
Oh, brilliant. I mean, Mbai makes a wonderful tackle there. You thought Saki had beaten everyone there, one-on-one. You fancied him, but then Tom Voice is turned over, and there's great ambition from Wasps. But when the execution is wrong, the first half, Clermont were making the turnovers, Wasps were hurting them. This time, Wasps are giving the turnovers, and Delalio's team are finding themselves now potentially a catch and drive from 22-17, and the game on. It's an astonishing match.
Here comes Celso. And remember, this is where Clermont Auvergne have looked threatening with that driving game, and now they have a chance to drive over that line. Alan Rolland is looking closely.
Stay back, the ball is up.
Just held up.
Blacks, hands out, hands out.
Who can dig that ball out?
Scrum. No, going
Emmanuel
forward. Scrum it
Etienne
down.
is on
the ball went
for
over the line.
Alexandre in the back row for Clermont Auvergne. They'll put into this scrum.
Well, the dark December night is being lit up by this match. We had a masterclass of attacking counter-attack from Wasps in the first half, and now we've got ourselves a really serious Heineken Cup match. I don't think Pierre Mignoni can believe his team are in it, but in it they really are.
Good shove again from Wasps at the scrum. Poor old Vermeulen has had a torrid night at the base.
Black, hands out. Say.
Mignoni, King, trying to get those legs pumping through any possible gap in that Wasps defence. Cudmore now. Samson with him. A whole load of others, because Clermont Auvergne believe suddenly that anything's possible. Smith. Chez offloads to Vermeulen. For once he's not on the back of his scrum, and that's better ball for him. Much better ball.
Great chance.
In goes Mignoni. Smith. Once more, almost up to that Wasps line. Clermont Auvergne looking for their second try of the second half. 10 minutes of it gone.
50 minutes of this match. Wasps have controlled 48 minutes. They scored 3 tries. They were absolutely brutal in their execution. And Clermont Auvergne are 12 points off and they're in the game. And I don't think Sean Edwards can believe the scoreline of just where this ball is at the moment and where this game is being played. Wasps now have just got to keep their composure, mustn't stop doing what they've been doing, but maybe just tighten it and control it a bit. Little turnovers from the likes of Voice, lost them 70 metres. Do the basics well, and when it's on, really go for it.
I have lost count of the scoring opportunities for Wasps in this match. They have got 3 tries. James Haskell has been effective in attack and in defence, as you see, but will they rue those missed opportunities? We'll be talking about the great Wasps scores in the first half, but a dramatic turnaround. There really is a sense of belief about Clermont Auvergne here, but now Alan Rolland comes to Wasps' rescue with that penalty award. How important that was for the home side.
You just wouldn't have thought a word like emotion would be swirling around this ground 10 minutes into the second half, because it just seemed as if it was a carnival of attacking play, and relief really was the word that springs to mind there.
You could hear the relief in the response of the home supporters there to that penalty for Wasps. Just make touch.
Hats off to Clermont. They really are coming back at Wasps very hard here, partly because of Wasps' errors, but their forwards are trying to get some ball and they're slowing it down and they're muscling their way into this game. It still is really very one-sided. The scoreline doesn't show the reality of this match, but that's the scoreline. It's all that counts.
Haskell goes again. Redden. Payne. Back to Cipriani. More cautious Gary Owen comes off Esterhazen.
Away!
Mignoni, referee waves it on. Now Joué, good finisher, the big winger, but would have taken some finishing from there, but he finds Smith and Mignoni.
Off his foot, off the foot.
Referee waves it on again, it came off the boot.
Blocks hand out!
Mignoni, long pass out here to Esterhazen. Rouge is waiting. On the inside is Etienne, the replacement flanker. Mignoni, Alex King.
No play.
Jacquet.
He's away from it.
And still, Mignoni. Much more about Clermont Auvergne. On by. They're starting to relish this now.
No!
This match is turning Titanic, it really is.
Sanson goes forward. Can they make it count though? Been here before, couldn't finish it off.
Hands out, Lashley!
Steam rising. And the game itself has a different temperature now.
Hands out, Black!
Pick and drive, patience here from Clermont. Patience and strength. Delalio looking nervously around, needs to make another tackle, and does. In goes Vermeulen. Celso's there, he's pushing on, doesn't have the ball, but that extra weight could be vital. Esterhazen, you can see, the centre has joined the forwards. Where's the ball? Well, Rees has got it. And he kicks, and Shaw's after this. And that's a great chase from the Wasp lock. Mignoni.
Well, still struggling to get their shape, you know. Quick ball again.
Have Clermont missed the boat there. Rougerie knocks on. And Wasps survive that long period of Clermont pressure. Exhausting for them.
Time for the old men now. We talked about Haskell Delalio, number 8 there. Big old body of Delalio, and suddenly there you go. Delalio somehow smuggles it, and Tom Rees belts it away from the try line. Wasp crowd now shouting their team's name, trying to get them going again. Huge credit to the French team. Probably the fact that Clermont have conceded 4 turnovers and what, 2 of them on the line, has stopped this game being even closer.
So many all night. Good control there for the boot of Delalio. Cipriani, that's a lovely line from Waters, and through goes Boyce. What's going forward again? Redden, Cipriani plucks that out the air. Van Gisbergen to Saki. And suddenly normal service is resumed. Redden is caught, but Mignoni. The referee's going to give a penalty there. Ooh, and that was Cudmore throwing a few. And across goes Celso on Haskell. And many more now involved. Stewards have to work with 1 or 2 members of the crowd who've come rushing forward as well.
And if you thought this match lacked anything, it doesn't now. Absolutely everything. Billboards battered, punches flowing.
Vous d'abord, vous êtes hors-jeu, ok? C'est penalty contre vous, vous êtes hors-jeu, ok? Allez. I have yellow 6, multiple altercation here, and he's going in the bin. Is the fella on the ground going to join him?
No, yellow 6 is the one who started.
Yes, it was. Okay, number 6.
Jamie Cudmore was pumping away there. He needs to be sent off.
Il était par terre. Ok, carton jaune. 6. Off you go. Unacceptable
for the Canadian. I don't think Jamie Cudmore can complain here.
Penalty is here. 14.
Cudmore on the ground, they're working hard, laying into. Is that pain really going? And that is very lucky to be yellow only. As a French commentator might have said, ooh la la, that was nasty.
Yeah, take him 10.
Very lucky indeed, Jamie Cudmore. No other stuff was happening, but that was at the top of the tree. And that was no Christmas fairy.
On your right, look at that. What have you got there? You madman in the crowd, get out of there. They're too big for you.
That is ridiculous as well, and the stewards have to go back at him.
Wow.
You know, we don't want that
Simon, front please.
entering into this sport. We certainly don't. So all kind of implications from that mad little couple of minutes.
Brilliant work there from Clermont, driving Wasps towards the touchline.
Lâchez les jambes, lâchez, restez là.
Back on the action. Haskell. Redden. Cipriani. And through goes Waters. Shaw! Delalio trying to force him over. Can't quite. Redden. Cipriani, Shaw, Saki!
Knock on!
It's been lost forward, knock on. So Wasps still don't have the bonus point, and quite frankly, they still don't have the game in the bag either.
You thought the arch finisher Saki was in there. This was slick again from Wasps. Fraser Waters, Flutie and Saki causing trouble. Simon Shaw has been monumental again. It's quick ball, and you just think Saki's just handing the keys to the bonus point to Saki. Well played, Rougerie. Saki loses it behind. Oh.
Quarter of the match to go. Dave Flatman.
Let's have a look at this mad old man on the touchline. Here he comes steaming in. What Cudmore did was bad enough. This is Cantona. The role's reversed. Do we want this in our sport? No, we don't. If this guy thinks he's tough enough, put him out there.
We do not want that in our sport.
Pause, engage!
And we've had a moment that this sport will not be proud of, and there will be repercussions from that. There's no doubt about it. And there needs to be. There needs to be. Mustn't be swept under the carpet, that one. Van Gisbergen to Voice. French is on for Adams.
There it is. I know, yeah.
And Ledesma on 2 for John Smith.
Knock on here.
Knock on leads to a Wasp put in at the scrum.
Oh, there you
Marshall,
can see
time
it
off,
again.
please.
Oh dear.
S'il vous plaît, merci.
He's got a programme. Luckily, a programme is not yet known as a lethal weapon, otherwise he could be in a lot of trouble there.
And goes back for more as well.
Let's remember though, it's one bloke and he's just lost his rag. You know, this is not about mass crowd problem. It's one man has lost his rag. Absolutely. The players, they'll have a beer afterwards. The French will go home. It's up to us to do something about that person, nothing else.
Agree with that entirely. But it does need action.
Oh yes.
Quel numéro maintenant? Vous sortez. Repassement. Il sort, il sort. Qui? Oui. Oui. Is you take it? Yes, okay. Captain? Captain, okay.
Villamoni de la Salle is replacing Aurélien Rougerie on the wing for Clermont Auvergne.
Rougerie has played with a great deal of heart. Took his try quite magnificently. Don't think he could have done much more on the right wing as captain.
Neuf, touche pas, s'il vous plaît. Neuf, derrière le ballon, s'il vous plaît.
Redden. Cipriani. Fluting. Oh, that's strong work from Fluting. Nearly got Voice in, but still manages to find Waters. Redden again. Cipriani swivels away from the tackle. Van Gisbergen. Tackled by Ledesma. And Cudmore off the field. Sent to the sin bin.
Great defence from Clermont, because Wasps are so sharp still going forward.
And another player injured on the far side for Clermont, so they're down to 13 in effect here. And Cipriani, player now up on his feet.
It's okay, yeah.
Haskell again, the man to put pressure on. De La Salle. Oh, that's brilliant from De La Salle. Now who can catch him? Saki is trying to get across. Villamoni De La Salle. Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Oh,
What an impact to make in the game. And what a way to keep the pot bubbling here.
magnificent. Again, Danny Cipriani's the man turned over, but you don't think this can happen. De La Salle's first touch. He's gone 90 metres. If Saki's try was the collective try of the Heineken Cup, this is the individual try, and you ain't going to see a better one than this season. One of the world's best wingers in the World Cup. He looks up to God knows where. He has just parted the clouds with a moment of magic. Nothing else will do. De La Salle, what a try.
Well, he looks up to the camera. I'm not sure he knew it was there, but if he did... That is showboating. But he deserves to showboat. And Haskell and Saki receive treatment. And Alex King, with his side still, a man in the sin bin, converts to make it Wasps 22, Clermont Auvergne 17, courtesy of that classic individual try from Villamoni de la Salle.
This Heineken Cup match has now developed the rhythm of a dream, and I don't want to ever wake up from this. It is a brilliant game of rugby. If you're a Wasps fan, you must be thinking this isn't a dream, it's an absolute nightmare. Clermont will not back down. What a game this is.
Flutie restarts. Reese takes. Broke nicely for him. And Wasps will be fretting not just about the bonus point now, but about the result. Cipriani.
He won't stop going forward.
And it's turnover.
Just not happened for Cipriani in the second half. We've got a flip side, actually. Been responsible for both of the Clermont tries, which sounds harsh, but it's the naivety. Oh, and I think Mario Ledesma is on. They get bigger and better. Smith to prop.
Touch, pause, gate.
Yeah, he's done that job before, Smith. He's having to work very hard here. Excellent rescue work.
Derrière le ballon.
Leo's on for Haskell as well. Haskell,
two yellow
we saw, was hurt. There's confirmation of it.
A magnificent performance from James Haskell. Supreme.
There's Smith. And Ledesma.
I tell you, Lawrence Delalio has played well too, hasn't he?
Mignoni. 3 minutes left on that sin bin. Can Wasps make it count? They never believed it would come to this. Penalty. Let's have a look at the pool as it stands. Remember, Munster against Scarlets is tomorrow. Wasps need to get every point that they can, and this bonus point matters.
Well, they'll want to take Clermont away from bonus point land. Oh, missed touch there, and De La Salle is in form.
To and by. Tom Voice. Redden. Van Gisbergen. Flutie. Misses out Cipriani. Saki. Poor Saki. Suddenly in a scrap. Redden. Ibanez. Redden again. Van Gisbergen. Much more about the Clermont defence as well now.
That just shows you the genius that was required to just cut them like they did in the first half.
Skivington back in. Ibanez. Penalty again. 5 the difference, so 3 more could be critical here.
They have to do that, as we can see, the huge amount of work both teams have done defensively. Wasps tackled their life out, and you can see they've made more tackles because Clermont have played it tighter. Clermont have made 61 in the second half, but this kick's very important because when we looked at that table just now, you saw Clermont up to 10 just creeping into it because they have Munster at home and the Scarlets away, so they would fancy their chances there. This is such a tight group between 3 exceptional teams, and Edwards, McGeechan and co know that this is not just about winning tonight. It is giving Clermont nothing, as Clermont gave Wasps last week.
Thank you.
This genuinely is a pressure kick now. And he's missed.
Okay, he's carried back over.
And Cipriani now tries to make the tackle and can't. So Danny Cipriani is unable to stretch that Wasp lead. you simply have to nail in these situations. King. Van Gisbergen, down the line. Might have created something here. Mark Van Gisbergen. And by on the floor. Alex King. So when they are totting up the ledger for Cipriani tonight, that missed kick is in the negative. Simon Shaw on his old mate. Cipriani without his hat now. Took a deflection. Nearly fell for Ibanez. Off the floor from King. De La Salle, and Delalio knows how important that is to make that tackle.
Knock-on advantage.
De La Salle can go from anywhere. Now Paul Saki on the far side. We saw him there. He's in genuine pain. And the referee calls them back for the knock-on.
Okay.
Well, the most dazzling of evenings as it started for Wasps is getting a bit darker now. In a fight, injuries, but Simon Shaw is just going forward. Door in the way, I'll smash it through. Traditional English oak.
Here's your mark.
He may be 34 miles, but Simon Shaw is still my first choice second row for England come the Six Nations. Fine performance from him tonight.
Paul Saki is limping, but still on the field. The play away from his wing currently. Mignoni.
Touched. Deflection, yellow ball.
It will be a Clermont throw. You may have heard there, Alan Rolland. He's touched in flight by Wasps.
Yes, okay. On the line, please, on the line.
Smith is keeping the throwing role.
Le couloir, s'il vous plaît, couloir.
It's just astonishing, a team that played such coruscating rugby in the first half. One try from possibly going out of the Heineken Cup. Brilliant fight back from Clermont, brilliant.
We're told 10 minutes to play from here. So not too much to add on. Voice. Away from De La Salle. We need to get away from him again. It's Cudmore out of the sin bin, missed him. It's Daniel Leo, the Samoan. Van Gisbergen, Cipriani, still Wasp go for it, as they must. Saki. Trying to move freely. Van Gisbergen steals that back. What a game of Heineken Cup rugby this has been. Cipriani again. Nice little offload by Leo. This is Flutie. Back to his feet. Umbai trying to get over the top. Reddin, Cipriani. Leo, where's the brilliance of the first half? Maybe now. Reese chips. Meant for Voice. De La Salle goes back. And he's been driven over. That's a 5-metre scrum.
And that's a very clever piece of play from Tom Reese. When heads are going all around us, the young open side thought, let's just turn it behind. Should he have gone? Well, he makes a decision not to go for the 2-on-1, but he drives De La Salle backwards. And this is Wasps' moment to close out a game they really should have closed out a long time ago. They've been a little bit profligate. Clermont have been defiant. And they win it now.
Will it be Clermont this week who leave with nothing? Delalio.
Lâchez, Jean, lâchez! Restez là, restez là!
Who's there for Wasps to play it? Men in support now. Skivington. Ibanez. Rafael Ibanez, the Frenchman. Another drive! Ball was lost, I think. A call of no from Alan Rolland.
Time off.
Leo was trying to get in.
Marshall, can you hear me?
It will be checked, and rightly
Can you confirm
so.
if a try's been scored or not, please?
Marshall Kilgore will decide on this.
I think Daniel Leo there, very disappointed. The shake of the head tells you he doesn't think he scored it. He's gone for the old plunge, and he's over the line, but he's let that ball go. One replay will do there. That's American football. He's over the plane of the line, and it's a score, but it ain't in Union.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, okay. No try.
Good work, officials. Clear instruction from Alan Rolland, and speedy reply from the television match official. That's what you want. It was obvious first replay. Let's play on. Let's not lose the impetus of this match.
Another chance gone for Wasps. They've got Clermont where they want them, and they're scrummaging brilliantly.
Get the ball again.
Stay back!
Oh, no, they haven't.
Stay back! Stay back, 8! Retreat!
Just at the end, Clermont get hands on it. And Ledesma
Hands out, Black!
in a tight
Stay
corner
back,
here,
man.
Clermont. So much rests on this. It's not just about the win for them. Turnover. Ibanez! Just held up. It's inches now. Another go. So much resting on this. Redden, Payne. Leo again. Delalio helps him. Go wide, surely go wide. Floating. That's a deliberate knock-on. No doubt about that. And will Alan Rolland consider anything more than a scrum? No, he won't. That was a slap down, it seemed to me.
Came off a volleyball court on the beach. Ibanez, you thought you must score here, but Delasau and Mignoni, brilliant. The scrum halves had a good second half. The lofted pass here, well, that's a slap. That's, come on, I mean, that's a penalty try, actually.
It is a penalty try. Delalio, it might not matter. He needs help again, and Reading can't quite get there. Van Gisbergen. Goodness gracious, if Clermont break from there.
Behind the ball, 17!
They've scored twice from this range and further.
They have meant to hurt from distance. Wasps know that all too well. So denied by the video referee last week. Referee Alan Rolland, when he sees that again and sees the overlap for Wasps, the law says would a try probably have been scored. Yes. Penalty. 3 points to stop Clermont getting the bonus point. Not quite the full house for Wasps, though, as they still search for this fourth try.
Il peut pas jouer la main, Oroc. Il peut pas jouer la main.
Well, who's your enemy? Clermont today. You've got to win the game first, so get the 4 points. But just quietly watching this in their corner in Ireland, a Munster, and they'll be thinking, we got a bonus point when we played Wasps away, and they've got to come to Thomond Park. This is bubbling up incredibly, this pool. This match has been amazing, and boy, that game, Munster versus Wasps, looks something special.
Yes, okay. Yes.
Cipriani, no mistake this time. 8 points the gap. Wasps still heading for victory. Can they get more than that?
I think
Can Clermont Auvergne get back into it?
I think they had to win this game first, didn't they? Because it would have been insane disrespect for a valiant second half from the visitors. Now they've got the 8 point lead, they can actually go for the try and take a little bit more of a risk.
King's restart comes off short. Delalio taps it back. Redden. Now where's he going? Finding Van Gisbergen. Sacking. That injury seems to be no more.
Hands out!
Penalty Clermont Auvergne. And who's going to kick it? Alex King. The game that's
you're
had
pushing
it
the ball
all.
back. Once you're on the ground, you're out of the game.
Clermont have to stay in this tournament. They don't have to win today. It doesn't look like they've got time to do that, but they can get a bonus point and stay in it. Clermont have played in this tournament, and they always thought maximise our points at home, give the opposition nothing, and get what we can on the road, and you never know. And that's the policy they're sticking with.
And you feel that is based around the feeling at the club this season that the domestic title matters so much. But Europe clearly matters too, from this Clermont Auvergne performance in the second half. Okay, the door was open for them by Wasps at the start of the second period, but they burst through it. Great character. And here's Alex King now, trying to bite the hand that used to feed him. Alex King used to slot those for fun on this ground. Today he can't. And Wasps stay 8 points clear.
And make no mistake, that's nothing emotional there as Edwards, relieved, marches around. King will be devastated there. He's a cold-blooded player, an intelligent player, that will hurt him. And what a relief for Sean Edwards.
Flutie goes long. Final moments now. Saramaya Umbai. Mignoni. King. Oh, Voice was looking for the interception. Esterhazen is looking for more. Grant Esterhazen plunders his way up the touchline. Mignoni coming short is Chanel. Mignoni again. King. Who would have thought the match would have ended like this, with Clermont Auvergne pushing and pushing hard.
Stay back.
Mignoni, King, only just took that. Delalio comes back from King. In went Skivington. Has to be a knock on there somewhere.
Then by yellow. First by black, then by
First
yellow.
one from
Scrum it
Wasps.
down, yellow ball. Okay, thank you.
Thought King had lost it, but anyway, let's turn to Stewart for his Heineken Cup man of the match.
Well, it hasn't been his second half, but the first half genius of Gianni Cipriani makes him man of the match. Flawed genius after the second half, but this was brilliant. He's my Heineken man of the match.
And King still has a moment here, possibly. He's dropping back for the drop goal. He missed the penalty.
Stay back.
King is right back. 20 seconds left on the clock.
Now, how many of these has he dropped here?
He's telling them to go forward.
Thank you, Marshall.
He'll call it when he's ready. Alex King. One more drive. He's got confidence in his forwards here. And they're doing it for him. Now they're getting tempted by the try. Mignoni off the floor, but where's King?
Wasps had so many men wide, it was too easy for Clermont and they drifted wide, but he's in a great position now. Sitter zone for the drop kick. Sitter for King.
He's back there, he's ready. And this will be it after this play. Unless Wasps do De La Salle, they will not be getting their bonus point. They're just now trying to make sure that Clermont Auvergne get nothing. So close now. What an effort this is from Clermont. Mignoni still resists. Smith is driving. No, says Alan Rolland. King still waits.
3's as good as 5 for Clermont here.
And there it is it? Yes, it is!
Score!
It's Etienne, the replacement. What a significant try in the context of this year's competition. Clermont Auvergne, dead and buried at half-time, are going to finish within a point. Because Alex King will not miss this one. Last week, London Wasps threw away a bonus point in the final play of the game. Now They have presented one to Clermont Auvergne. Alex King does get the conversion, and this incredible game of Heineken Cup rugby ends with just 1 point in it. 1 point in it. Can you believe it? An
astonishing game. We saw Wasps at their very best, their most accurate in the first half, their most ambitious. But I think at half-time, Vern Cotter said to Clermont, come on, we're getting wiped out here. You're a superb team. Wasps looked the better team at the start of the half, but they made 1 or 2 turnovers, 2 tries of genius, especially Delasau's. Clermont were then in the game and they showed their character. They fought like hell. This pool is so open now, still between 3 teams. Wasps will be devastated by that second half. Clermont will believe it is still ours to be win, and either of these teams are probably good enough to go all the way. There's my Heineken Cup man of the match, Cipriani. He's shaking his head because he knows Wasps have let a golden opportunity go on a golden night of magnificent rugby.
And did you see that wry, perhaps shy smile from Alex King, who missed with that penalty goal in search of the bonus point? And in the end, it didn't matter. And Aurélien Rougerie, his captain, says, OK, you did your job. And it was better getting the try because Wasps couldn't get back upfield to hunt for another score. And all those Wasps chances, a first half littered with them, and plenty in the second half too. But 3 tries in the first half, and they fail to add to that tally. And Alex King goes off at Adams Park, and that is good to see. The respect from his old teammates. That's a very positive moment. We had a highly negative moment in this match as well when the Wasps supporter intervened. And just to reiterate on that point, 99.9% of those Wasps fans around the edge of this pitch would never dream and would never be involved in an incident like that. It is just one act of a foolish individual, but it must be dealt with for the sake of the game. But let's not dwell on that too much, because tonight is all about celebrating a match that will live long in the memory, and certainly in the memory of that man, Alex King. 12 years of Wasp, and back here with a respectable scoreline, more than that in the end, when at half-time it seemed that Clermont Auvergne just needed to get to the airport. Incredible, Simon.
Certainly was one of the great Heineken Cup pool matches, but Wasps again will be kicking themselves. They let it slip in the last play of the game, missed out on the bonus point last week, conceded one this week. In fact, Clermont Auvergne could have won it, couldn't they? 25-24 the final score, and Pool 5 couldn't be better poised, could it? A reminder that Munster meet the Scarlets on Sunday in one of our live matches. It is a busy Sunday afternoon.